ready to go. We're off and running.
If you call it home.
So we're ready for game action. So glad you're with us here on L28.
Is this okay, Joe? No?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to the Big 8, the fantastic softball complex here, of course, at Sergeant Owen Memorial Park in Lancaster, California. I'm Ronnie Wald, proud to bring you another great L28 broadcast, sports that is, and today we've got a softball matchup in the, of course, hotly contested two rivals, that being Desert Christian, the Knights, facing off against Faith Baptist. Desert Christian comes in 3-10 overall and 1-3 in the Heritage League. As for Faith Baptist, they're hailing out of Canoga Park, the western part of the San Fernando Valley, 6-3 overall and 2-1 in the Heritage. All right, let's get you some starting lineups here for this ball game. For the visitors, Faith Baptist, Liliana Palacios at short. The pitcher is Haley Coronel. At second, Emily Black. The first baseman is Patty Robles. Jayla Setiadi in center field. In right field for the contenders, Natasha Lobert. Jean Beauchart in third base. Opal Thomas in left. And the number 9 hitter, the catcher for, again, Faith Baptist, Mackenzie Edwards, headed by Dan Black. Now for Desert Christian, the Knights. Their coach, Joy Veloz. Lindsay Case leading off at second. Then comes Kaylin McAdams at third base. The shortstop is Abby Williams. Hitting cleanup, Nathan Astoria in center. The pitcher, Michaela Cooper. Then at first, Kaylin Shellberg. Luna Godinez in left. The right fielder, Claire Meza, and Emmy Jackson catching this afternoon for the Knights. Well, Chamber of Commerce like day here in Lancaster. Looking forward to some great action. Glad you're with us. And while we have this chance for more pre-game stats and stories, let's throw it over to Tiff.
In Lancaster. Coming into today's game of Faith Baptist at Desert Christian, the Desert Christian Knights are standing at a record of 3-10, which may be hard to swallow for some, yet for head coach Joy Veloz, it takes her coaching style of God first, even in the mud, deeper to home. At yesterday's practice, Coach Veloz shared with me the tough news of her losing 2 loved ones back-to-back at the beginning of the season. Even though she felt the need to apologize to her team absent, she continued to give credit to her strength, fully being found in Christ, and reminded the girls through Christ, all things are possible. Speaking about all things are possible, starting catcher Emmy Jackson is experiencing her first season on the field and is used to my personal line of sports, gymnastics. Yesterday, the coaching staff made it very clear Emmy is an athlete. She's swift, she's focused, dependable, and hardworking. Viewers, today I promise you cannot count Emmy out. L28 Broadcasting Sports has some very exciting news. We have some new features that we have coming ahead of you, but today's new feature is going to be sharing and updating scores of ongoing games happening at the same time. So today is very special because we're going to share Desert Christian boys baseball versus Faith. So it's the boys and the girls dominating for the Knights today. Ronnie is going to update you on the scores of not just today's softball game, but also today's baseball game. Back to you, Ronnie.
All right, with the conference going on out there at home plate, Ronnie Wald along with Tiffany Johnson, and Tiffany filling in admirably throughout the ball game. Looking forward to her reports down the third baseline. And right now at home plate The competing coaches are now shaking hands. Everybody's in a real good mood right now before the game begins. By the way, both these teams, Desert Christian and Faith Baptist, faced off against one another back there on April 2nd, and it wasn't a good eventuality for the Knights. Ended up losing 22-2 to the Contenders, a football-like score. And right now the white-clad Faith Baptist squad heads out to their appropriate positions, and we really love this facility, hosting softball tournaments at various junctures during the, again, spring and summer. First class for the city of Lancaster, and the overall park named for a fallen Lancaster officer, the legendary Sergeant Owen, the Sergeant Owen Memorial Park. Okay, on the hill right now will be Michaela Cooper to start things off right now. And she'll be going up against, of course, Faith Baptist. Starting off, Liliana Palacios, Haley Coronel, and Emily Black for the Contenders, who find themselves at 6-3 overall, 2-1 in the Heritage. But it's a tough road to hoe in the Heritage because you've got Vasquez at the top of the heap. In order to win the Heritage, you have to scale El Capitan, if you know what I mean. Vasquez at 6-0. By the way, this is the longest trip this year for this Canoga Park-based squad, Faith Baptist, driving all the way from the West Valley up here to the Antelope Valley. Their head coach had double duty today. His name is Dan Black. Dan busts not only the softball team here, but he busts the baseball team as well, doing double duty on a co-ed bus coming up the Antelope Valley Freeway. By the way, we're going to have some special updates on the other game going on here between baseball, Desert Christian, and Faith Baptist. We'll have updates for you periodically as we go through this broadcast. Looking forward to that as well. Well, we're ready to go. Stepping in there right now, Liliana Palacios, adorned in a blue uniform, the red lettering. I love the red shoulders on that one. And, of course, for the home squad from Lancaster, in the white uniform with the blue lettering, it is, of course, the Knights. And here we go into the windup. And the pitch finds itself down low, 1-0. And we are off and running. We were so excited when we said there's a scoreboard, but no scoreboard operator. So we're going to watch the finger movements of the umpire to try to get caught up as that pitch inside bounces on one hop to the backstop, count 2-0. Cooper and behind the plate, Emmy Jackson. That's your battery this afternoon for the Knights. Cooper looking in for a sign from Jackson. The pitch is taken high, 3-0. And here's your defensive lineup right now. Kaylin Shellberg at first. Lindsay Case, the second baseman. Abby Williams, shortstop. Kaylin McAdams at the hot corner at third. Just starting things off. Pitch way high. That's ball 4. Now here's the Knight outfield. Luna Godinez in left. Naden Astoria in center. Claire Mason right. Weather Channel told us temperatures would start again with first pitch hovering in the low 70s. As the game wears on, it'll move into the 60s. And at the plate right now will be Haley Coronel. Pitch inside, runner takes off. It gets by the catcher. It'll be a stolen base. She took off anyway. I'm almost sure she would have made it nonetheless, even though it did squib and get away from the catcher, Jackson. They also talked about a southwesterly breeze upwards of 20 miles an hour. Yes, as we were setting up, we felt that. Oh, too high. Back to the backstop again. Runner scampering into third. So Palacios showing the good speed. Got on by virtue of the walk, and Coronel has an opportunity to help herself. Haley's the starting pitcher this afternoon for, again, Faith Baptist. Here it comes, swung on and missed. Pitcher Cooper took something off of that one, the off-speed variety. Good pitching's all about upsetting the timing of the hitter, and she did it that time. On deck, the coach's daughter, Emily Black. comes right back. Taking inside with the curveball. And if you joined us late again, just to bring you up to date, that it was in early April when both these teams faced each other, and it turned out to be a 20-run loss for Faith Baptist. Or check that, for Desert Christian versus Faith Baptist. High, and it's ball 4. So now you've got contenders on first and third. And here comes the left-handed bat of Emily Black.
Just keep it tight on
The Heritage, an interesting league. Definitely in softball, it's got peaks and valleys in terms of different talent level. As Cooper looks in for a sign, and the first offering, that one's going to get a whiff for catcher. Here comes the runner at plate, and he hesitates. She hesitates, and then the ball is dropped by Cooper. Golden opportunity, and it ended up that the base runner at first, Haley Coronel, will scamper into second. And right now, Faith Baptist really in business with runners in scoring position at second and third. Nobody out, no score. And Emily Black waiting. So many pitches get away, this one does, but because just a short area between home plate and the backstop, catcher Jackson was able to go retrieve the softball. So a couple of walks, a couple of wild pitches, and there you have it. Runners at second and third. Patty Robles on deck, nobody out.
Come on, 2-5, let's go up.
And comes right back with a pitch high. As we noted, Emily Black, the coach's son, Dan Black, spent 30 years in football, and because he had all females around him, his lovely wife, Melanie, just celebrated their 21st wedding anniversary, and 3 daughters, he opted to get them hooked up with softball. As the pitch taken high, ball 4. 3 on by virtue of the walk, bases loaded. Here's Patty Robles. Anyway, Dan Black got hooked up with softball. All of his daughters have played it, and this is his youngest daughter, now at first base. So in a dilemma, Michaela Cooper trying to work out of it. Nobody out, bases loaded. Feeble swing is going to be a foul ball left side. They'll come back trying to get the count 0-1. 2 very impressive victories in the last few days for Desert Christian. Against Palmdale Academy. Beat them 18-8 and 19-3. So we're hoping some of that offensive magic could rub off as this gets away. Here comes the runner and played the throw. Not in time. 1-0. Faith Baptist, wow. So again, at least 4 wild pitches, and that allowed the runner at third, Liliana Palacios, to score.
They scored on that?
At the plate, Patty Robles trying to cash in. They've got runners at second and third, so everyone moved up 60 feet appropriately enough. Oh, slapped down the right field line, foul ball. A little late on that. Got good aluminum on it. It is very much symmetrical ballpark, as of course softball is. 200 left, 200 right, and 200 to dead center. And I would say about a 5-foot barrier out there. Chain link fence. This is hit in the air, a pop-up, come up quickly, the left fielder can't get it. One runner will score. Godinez looked at it up into the high sky and elected not to go for it. And the throw not nearly in time to catch the runner at third. Now, after that RBI signal, 2-0. Faith Baptist, here comes Jayla Sentiadi, the starting center fielder. Tall, angular player at the plate, and they talk about her exploits in center field, but now she's handling the bat. Pitch taken high. Runners at second and third. And we've got ourselves 2-0. I might be a little slow on the score. No scoreboard. Nice looking scoreboard, no lights on it. Oh, waved at and missed that high, hard one. Showed some velocity that time. In defense of Desert Christian, They had 5 players who are out there on the field right now who had never played softball before this year. So they're a work in progress, yes. And it's all up to Joy Veloz, the head coach, to try to make things happen. Curveball for a strike at the knees. Jayla Setiadi. What they talk about in center field is her great anticipatory ability. She dives for the balls in center field before she even realizes she's near it, just because she has that great instinct, as that's a strike. But let's see how she handles the bat right now. That's, again, the foremost thing on her mind. Cooper winds, pitch down low. So for Desert Christian and Faith Baptist, Faith Baptist is showing off Palacios, Coronel, Black, Robles, Setiadi at the plate, Lorber, Borchard, Opal Thomas, and Mackenzie Edwards. Outside, ball 4. Now they found themselves with 4 walks here in an elongated first inning. That does load up the bases again for the contenders. Natasha Lorber, the hitter. And now they have to have a T, a conference out there. I'm so tempted to call it the bump from baseball, but it's just the big circle out there, and try to find a way to reach pitcher Michaela Cooper. Talking about Joy Veloz, first-year head coach. What a run she's had. A fantastic player coming out of Highland High School. She also played for a time at College of the Canyons over there in Valencia. Now they decide to head back to their appropriate positions, and the hitter at the plate will be Natasha. A diminutive player at the plate, but shows great confidence up there. The bat going back and forth like a windshield wiper. Here it comes, and it's over for a strike, and that's what she has to do. Gain command at the ball game and get that very badly needed first strike. Now she can come back with confidence right now against Natasha. On deck, Jean Borchard. Top of the first, 2-0. A little squib. Down to second baseman, goes to first for 1. Runner scores. Now a throw over to second because the runner takes off. And let's see. The runner's going to take off for home. Here's the throw. Not in time. So they end up getting 1 on the play at first. Runner ultimately scored there, making it 3-0. It just looked like a game of catch going around the diamond. Finally, for the contenders, they have a runner at second base, and number 17 is the hitter right now.
They scored again?
Steps up very much in the frontal part of the batter's box as that curve is taken down low. Great layout here, and you can see our camera angle. I'm just left of that. So you can see, we can almost reach out and touch the players, and great visuals here. Waved at and missed. That's going to be a strike.
Hit that one, Patty. Bring it in.
I had Jean Borchard next up in the lineup, but I think they may have changed the number on me because that number 17 is for Patty Robles. As that pitch got away from the catcher. Cooper would dearly like to get out of this inning, and it's been an elongated inning. Now it's running almost 15 minutes. Runner remains on second base. At the plate, Faith Baptist already leading 3-0. Here's the offering, outside and high. So when you have a very young team, somewhat inexperienced and trying to get their mental, METTLE, and get straightened out, that's the job of Joy Veloz. A big job for her, as this is taken outside and high. All of a sudden, the runner takes off for third. Here's the throw. It's an overthrow. It is backed up, and that runner is not going to go anywhere. And then ending up themselves at second base is the hitter, and then because the ball was loose, Number 14 will scamper in. Natasha Lorber with the 4th run of the inning. 4-0. Just like that for Faith
Remember,
Baptist.
it might be a
5-0.
reset thing. Once
Thank
you
you.
once you reach 11.
All right.
But that's
5-0 it is. An ignominious way to start, already behind the 8 ball here at home. Pitch taken inside and tight. Here she is, Jean Borchardt, number 15, at the plate. So the ball got loose, and it was a comedy of errors, and finally that runner scored from second, and then the batter made it all the way to second right now. That's a curve well outside. Now, very aggressively, Jackson walks it back to the pitcher, just to let the runner at second know they should not be taking any liberties. And the pitch down low gets away. That's wild pitch. I understand officially number 5. That allows the runner to move all the way into third base right now. One away. And the Chamber of Commerce like day persists. Nary a cloud in the sky, no wind. Runner doing a little bird dogging down there at third as the pitch is high and outside. Oh, it's ball 4 to Jean. So she will go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 walks, 2 hits have turned into 5-0 lead before the seats are warm here, of course, at the Big 8. Opal Thomas, the hitter. Let's see, we got number 15. So it looks like 45, pardon me. Oh, yeah, it's Opal, and the pitcher outside. Opal's the starting left fielder. The Contenders. So instead of being named for an animal species or a human being, the Contenders, inanimate. I could have been a contender. Oh, that one. They'll have to contend with that one. A pitch too high, and in comes the run. Number 6 in the inning. Number 17 scoring, Patty Robles. Wild pitch number 6 also. To Opal Thomas, for the first time, it seems like a long time, nobody on the base. Oh, there is a runner at second, pardon me. In scoring position. Opal, a confident hitter at the plate. And Cooper trying to do anything she can to work out of this conundrum. 6-0 lead, just like that, top of the first inning. Remember, they had already beaten them 22-2, pitch too high. Finding the strike zone. That in itself is an inanimate object, if I can get it out. Arm pitch to the knees. Here it comes. A little bit high that time. Not quite as bad as that first one, but still 2-0. So many interesting stories with Desert Christian. And of course, the Herculean great effort on the part of the coaches to keep this team together and try to build something for the future. Hit off the end of the bat, squib down the first baseman, who will walk into the bag for, that time, out number 3. Okay, they got through the inning, but the damage most certainly done with 6 over for Faith Baptist in the inning. We head to the bottom of the first, 6-0 Contenders on L28. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Heading into the bottom of the first inning. 6-0. Faith Baptist, and the hitter at the plate, Lindsay Case. First one's a strike, 0-1. Case followed by Kaylin McAdams, and then Abby Williams for the Knights of D.C. On the hill, Coronel. Swung on and fouled away. Haley's the first name. This is her 10th appearance of the year. She is a workhorse for this contender team. This is lifted, actually fouled away. Would have been a souvenir for someone, but as you can see, this elongated curvature of a backstop, half of an eggshell here. Very interesting design. Finds itself right now, 1-1. Pitch way outside and misses, 1-2. With all the activity on the part of Haley Coronel this year, with the 10 appearances, no record this year, 0-0. Pitch fouled away. 44 innings worked, and within that time, she's garnered a 3.63 earned run average. Lindsay Case, one of the captains on the team, and a little pop-up right to the second baseman, Emily Black, for out number 1. So with one away, here's Kaylin McAdams. So for the Knights, it's Lindsay Case, McAdams, Williams, Astoria, Cooper, Shellberg, Godinez, Meza, and Emmy Jackson hitting 9th. Kaylin McAdams has really been tearing them up this year, wouldn't you say, with a solid 500 average. Fouled away into the screen. It's 1-1. We've got also a Kaylin Shellberg at first, K-A-I-L-Y-N. This one at the plate, K-A-E-L-Y-N-E. Taken outside, 2-1. Cornell into the windup. She has the heater there and strikes her out. By the way, coming into this ball game, 44 innings of work, she's got 66 strikeouts. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now she's got 67 in 45 innings. So she's a real fireballer out there. Again in the circle for the contenders. First pitch for a strike, the number 5, Abby Williams. Opposing hitters, a 259 average against Haley this year. Swung on and missed. You saw the velocity there, and Abby laid on it. The battery is Cornell and Edwards this afternoon. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that was a quick inning, dispatching Case, McAdams, and Williams after 1. It's 6-0 Faith Baptist on L28 Sports. We swing down to the top of the second inning. Welcome back, everyone. Ronnie Wald along with Tiffany Johnson. So proud to bring you the action here. However, wanted to wave over there to Dan Black. What a good guy he is. Just made a reference over to me about his lineup. Dan Black, for 30 years a football coach, but now coaching softball for the visitors from Faith Baptist.
Focus in, girl. Do it.
Number 10 will step in there right now for this Faith Baptist team. We head right to the top of the order, Liliana Palacios. Cooper starts her own second inning of work, now down 6-0. Hey, we've got a brand new feature. We will be sharing scores of other games at various intervals. This week, the Desert Christian baseball team has the pitch is taken outside, and it is 2-0. And we have a score. Remember, I mentioned Coach Black, who just took his place at third base coach's area, that he drove the Faith Baptist baseball and softball team here from Canoga Park. What a ride. Pitch taken down low. And it should be right now 3-0. Nonetheless, we have a score. Desert Christian up 2-0 over Faith Baptist in a neighboring field. And the pitch taken high, ball 4. So Palacios, her second walk of the game, and here comes pitcher Haley Coronel. It's a huge facility here at Sergeant Owen Memorial Park. We mentioned we're in the Big 8 area of softball, but somewhere, as far as the crow flies, there's a baseball game going on. Pitch high, here's the throw down to second, and the runner will steal the base, being Palacios, and Faith Baptist up 6-0, remains very aggressive. So in that, again, baseball stadium across the way here at Owen Park, it's 2-0 Desert Christian over Faith Baptist. Pitch taken outside right now, number 23, Haley Cornell. Oh boy, Haley Cornell went right through the Faith Baptist batters, or should I say Desert Christian batters, in that first inning. Off the end of the bat, laced foul, down the left field line, out of play. I mean, she had no problem. 3 up and 3 down. Like a hot knife through butter.
Sitting duck.
And now they find themselves down 6-0, and of course the imprimatur, the proviso for the Michaela on the, again in the center circle, is to not allow any more runners to score as this one gets away. And scampering into third right there will be Palacios, so they've got a chance to score a 7th run 60 feet away, and Cornell up there licking her chops because she knows there's a golden opportunity for her. She's already been staked to a 6-0 lead by her teammates. Up high to the backstop, ball 4. She's been walked twice in this ball game as well. Dan Black over their third base coach's box walked away from the game of football to really accommodate his daughters and be able to be there and coach them. And one of the daughters at home plate right now, the pitch inside and tight, and the runner takes off for second, going now. Also going into third was Liliana Palacios. Very aggressive contender team. Now with runners at second and third, they're up 6-0, and Emily waiting, and she also walked in the first inning. Pitch almost got away. Nice save that time from Emmy Jackson.
That worked for you right there?
So when we're talking about Dan Black, and again the 3 daughters all got into softball, he taught this daughter, the youngest, at the plate, Emily Black, to hit from the left-handed. She'd be that much closer to the first base if she ever got on base, and the pitch down low in the dirt. So she learned to hit as a lefty. It just makes sense, right? Save yourself a couple steps, that much closer to first base. Cooper, here she comes, winds and delivers a hard ground ball to the shortstop, Abby Williams. The throw goes through the glove. One runner scores. The second one comes in to score, making it 8-0 right now. First baseman Caitlin Shelburne, right through her glove. And so as a result, that's going to mean Patty Robles is the hitter. Error recorded and it was painful enough, it ends up scoring 2 contenders. Fouled away. 0-1. Desert Christian coming in 3-10 on a 2-game winning streak, having won those 2 games against Palmdale Academy. A cumulative 37-11 2-game score against Palmdale. Up high, it's 1-1. They're 1-3 in the Heritage. And as we noted, so far, running the table, Vasquez at 6-0, Faith Baptist at 2-1, and Desert Christian themselves 1-3. Cooper comes right back, fisted over the head of the pitcher, grabbed by the second baseman Case. The throw to first, not in time, he's safe. Runners at first and second right now. A bang play. Could have gone either way. Ultimately that time, we saw the good strong right arm of the captain, Lindsey Case, but couldn't nail Patty Robles. Infield hit for her. Jayla Satia at the plate. And the pitch is a strike. Jayla Setiadi. Multi-syllabic. We love him that way. If we were only compensated per syllable. Wow. Comes right back with a power pitch that's taken outside. I don't have any outs recorded in this inning. Down 8-0, and they're looking for more with runners at first and second. And that's a ground ball. So, tough job for Emmy Jackson as the count 2-1. Emmy's already seen 7 wild pitches going by. Thankfully, she, again, doesn't have much space to go back and get the softball. Here, as this pitch gets away, and that one I'd have to give a pass ball, the catcher fault that time, not the pitcher. And as a result, that's a pass ball. First one of this part of the broadcast, first part of this ball game. And they move up 60 feet and are at second and third right now. Pitch up high, and that's going to be ball 4. So the painful moments continue for this very young team, trying to get their bearings. And Jayla is the hitter at the plate. Oh, check that, Natasha Lorber, pardon me. That slips away. No doubt that was not going to be called a pass ball or anything. She was able to retrieve it. As we were, again, noting a moment ago, not much space between home plate and the backstop. So sometimes, like a hockey puck, they'll carry him right back to Jackson. Nonetheless, she can't do much about the 7 wild pitches. They've taken liberties on that, pitch taken high. By the way, bases loaded. FOC, full of contenders. And with Natasha at the plate, remember she singled in the first inning. They've only got themselves 2 hits in the ballgame. Oh, a little bit late on that one. Natasha at first, that's Jayla at the plate. Tetiadi. She likes to crowd it in the, again, batter's box, up in the front part of it. Before that pitch breaks, she has a good idea what's going to happen. Pitch taken high. No scoreboard, but I've got 8-0 right now. 9, thank you. They're working game changer next to me and keeping me very honest. Whether it's 8 or 9, they've got a real, again, difficult task ahead of them. And that pitch ball 4, and that's going to force in a run. Emily Black scores. Yes, Jayla gets an RBI out of it. Yeah, we'll see who's going to be coming to plate. Now they've done it. They're at 10-0. If they go 5 innings and there's a 8-run plurality, then the game can be called. But this game has been slipping away from the first moments. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walks, along with the 7 wild pitches and a pass ball. Helping again, Joy Veloz out on this Desert Christian team is Hannah Silva. And Tiff got some great interviews with them yesterday. I mean, they all really have a difficult task ahead of them. Nothing. Thank you. 9 or 10 is still a prodigious amount. And we'll see if they're going to be making some changes. Yes, they are. Caitlin Shellberg is going to move from first base, and she's going to take over pitching right now, and she'll get her obligatory 8 warm-up pitches. So we'll be right back. Again, it's 9-0 Faith Baptist on L28. All right, finishing up her, again, obligatory 8 warm-up pitches. The first baseman was now the pitcher, Caitlin Shellberg, 9-0 Faith Baptist. Hey, just a reminder, make sure to subscribe to the City of Lancaster YouTube channel to receive weekly notifications on our game coverage. Share this link and watch your favorite player on the field. All right, back to live action. First offering coming over for Shellberg. The number 17 at the plate, Patty Robles. 6 runs over in the first. 3 more now. Pitch gets away, but nobody's going anywhere with the bases remaining loaded right now. And just a moment ago, Jayla Setiadi was able to pick up an RBI, forcing in Emily Black, making it 9-0. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch that time. So with the defensive change, we'll get you caught up with who's at first base in just a moment. Inside and tight, and there comes careening back to the catcher Jackson, but it doesn't matter. It's ball 4. Now it is 10-0, forcing in that time a contender to make it a double-digit lead, and we're only in the second inning. Here's Gene Borchard taking the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Bases remain loaded. I still don't have an out in the inning. We're only in the second. Hit inside out. Oh, a great effort. The first baseman makes the ground in foul territory. That may just be the enthusiasm and emphasis that they needed in a positive way. Number 14, it's Natasha Lorber who took over there. Moved from right field into first base, and she looked like an outfielder there. Swung on and missed with the heater, the high, hard one. Nice job, Natasha. However, with 1 down, bases remain full, 10-0. Faith Baptist pitch taken high. And the next one, and it is outside. As for Faith Baptist, talking to their coach Dan Black, he says, we're hoping to get back in the big time. Well-known program as this gets away from the catcher. Emmy had to go chase it down, but nobody going anywhere. So we're ready for the big time, but again, the impediment in the league, in the Heritage, is of course Vasquez, which has run the table so far with a 6-0 record. The pitch is high and inside. I know they told us temperatures were going to dip down into the 60s, but Mr. Sunshine is out in force right now. Salubrious-like day here in Alabama. I can't find any clouds above us. That got away. Uh-oh. And one runner did score, making it 10-0. And that wild pitch allowed a runner to score from second. And now, number 14, Lorber comes scampering home. I don't know why. And she goes back to third base. And she's got her head coach right there. He's got her ear. He's right next to her. Natasha, we already know that one runner was able to score a moment ago. And they're going to call her out. No, she needed a glove. Did she score? Very strange. No, they're going to call her out. She took off. She went outside the base path. She got confused. She came back, touched home plate just in case. And guess what? The inning is over, and Dan Black is scratching his head. But they've got themselves 4 more. It's like a pinball machine out there, and the contenders leading 10-0. We'll be right back on L28 Sports. Going on here. I think about the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds down the highway. A real circus, making it 11-0. And the hitter at the plate for Desert Christian, number 14, Nadine Astoria. Her first time up there. Remember, they went up 3 down in the first inning. Haley Coronel, the pitch inside. It's 1-1. Well, it turned out to be 11-0, not 10-0. That's why I call it a circus. Because Gene Borcher did score. This is it right back to the box. Quick throw to first, and we have out number 1.
Yeah, she's right here by me on the third base.
It wasn't Gene's fault. She wasn't outside the baseline. The ball was still live. All right, the pitch, and this could be a ground ball. Backhand by the shortstop. Palacios drops it, and everyone's safe. Hey, great story when we talk about Joy Veloz. She's just terrific, and she's in her late 20s. But look what she's accomplished in, of course, playing the game. And she played for about 15 years, and for the last 7 years as a coach. And she has a big nut to crack here. And she's very patient. She's got what it takes. As the pitch swung on and missed, and she did mention to me that her coaches, like at Highland, when she was a high schooler, as this is fouled away, those coaches just get in her face. And she said, this is her quote, I weirdly liked it, because it motivated me. But I can't get into the faces of these Desert Christian players. Most of them are inexperienced learning the game, and I don't want to break their spirit. But she's got the right idea, would you say? She's a young coach, but she has, again, the foundation to be a very good coach. As that swung on and missed, strike three. So 2 away as Cooper strikes out, and here's Kaylin Shelburne. Anyway, we were mentioning that 11th run. I don't want to take anything away from Jean Borchardt. She was smart enough. The ball was still live. The ball was in play as the offering is taken outside 2-0. For her to still scamper to home plate, and even after she went to the dugout, she came back to home plate and just touched it. Just in a tender way, and that was good enough to get run number 11. 6 in the first, 5 more in the second. Swung on and missed this time by number 11 at the plate. That is Luna Godinez. Comes right back, swung on and missed. 2 away. Here in this, the bottom of the second inning. 11-0 Faith Baptist. Swung on and missed, and that's that. Boy, I'll tell you something, the Highway Patrol Jugs gun would put that on the radar. She really had the heater going, and 3 up and 3 down, and she has set down, Cornell has set down 6, count them 6 nights in order. 11-0 contenders on L28. We'll be right back.
You like it wide a little bit here?
Along with Tiffany Johnson, and congratulations to Tiff. Not only is she engaged for the big date coming up, I guess in about 100 days, but she's taken over the L28 Sports production crew, and we're now off into a new realm. And she's very capable, very talented, and we want to wish her all the best. Our prayers are with her because it's a big job dealing with people like me on the air. I'm going to try to go easy on her. Number 10 will be checking in there right now for Faith Baptist. The top of the order in LP, Liliana Palacios. Pitch taken high and outside. Kaylin Shelberg in release for, again, Michaela Cooper. Comes right back, and it's outside. It's 1-1. So check that, 2-0. So your new battery, Shelberg and Jackson. And this is hit in the air, lifted to left, center, and it goes over the head of the center fielder, Astoria. It'll be Extra Base City on her horse right now, moving into third with the triple. Well struck that time on the part of Palacios. A solid triple to left center, and in business, they're already up by 11, looking for more. And Haley Coronel, just like no problem going through the, again, Desert Christian lineup, as that's inside and tight. It did get away from the catcher, but going nowhere. Firmly ensconced at third base is Liliana. Nice open stance up there. Confident. Then strides into it, but swings and misses it. And the count 1-1. After Cornell, you'll have Emily Black. By the way, Cornell, this is her third time with a plate appearance. The pitch is a strike. off the end of back cue down to the shortstop Williams. Runner will score, and out at first base. Abby Williams with the howitzer right arm, able to take care of that business, but not before a runner scores. That being Palacios, 12-0. Faith Baptist. And the hitter is Emily Black. Love to hear from her about her dad, who's doing yeoman's work as the head coach, but did he keep it between the lanes on the way up here? I'm wondering. Oh, that one's high. Some of those Desert Christian pitchers have a proclivity for the high pitch. Emily Black this year at 407. And as we noted, her dad taught her hit left-handed at 9 years old. By the way, as a team, they've got the 12 runs in this game. They're hitting 353 as a team. Outside, ball 4, and Emily reached base on an error and walked twice in this ball game. We've got ourselves one out, one runner over, 12-0, and number 27 at the plate. It looks at Patty Robles' spot. The new pitcher, Kaylin Shellberg, it gets away from the catcher, and scooting right down to second base right there is Emily Black. We're in this, the top of the third inning. And deals away down low. Oh, runner takes off. Jackson elects not to throw down to third, and Emily is in third base right now. As we said, Emily's dad, Dan, was a football guy for 30 years. As this gets away, but Emily's going nowhere. She's anchored at third. And, of course, we did mention, though we had to hurry through it, congratulations, Dan Black, and wife Melanie. He says his better half, as it's taken high. Just 2 days ago, celebrated 21 years of wedded bliss. So we've got Tiff up here getting ready to get, again, hitched. And we've got Dan Black, who's got more than 1 year of experience. As that pitch got away, so another walk, and taking first base right there will be Patty Robles. 2 walks in the inning, a triple, 1 runner over. Jayla Sitiadi is the hitter. Pitch gets away, and runners move up, or at least the one runner, Patty Robles, into second, and staying right there at third, Emily Black. And they really are in business right now. And, of course, Desert Christian in a jackpot of sorts, behind the 8 ball, down 12-0, swung on and missed. So maybe she doesn't have to employ the heater, but take something off it. Take something off that pitch and disturb the timing of the hitter, but that one's behind the hitter that time. 1-1. Number 14, Natasha Lorber, singled in the first and walked in the second, 1 for 1. That's a curve. Best pitch we've seen that time from Shellberg. And as a result, that's a strike. 1-2. One away in the inning, and threatening with runners at second and third. Waved at and missed. And that is strike 3. Great job to take over and take command for Kaylin Shellberg. And Lindsay Case, I believe it was, yeah, she came over and gave her obligatory handshake, hit a mile high. Here comes the pitcher, and she couldn't make the grab in foul territory. Watch out now. The runner took off. Here's the throw down to first. It skips away into right field. One runner will score, Emily. The second one will come to score as well, Patty Robles. On a mistake there, and with the throw down to first, it skipped away. 2 more over. I've got 14-0. A football score. Number 7 at the plate, 1 away. And with that, got away from the catcher. And here's the throw. It almost went into left field. Great job by Abby Williams to back up Kaylin McAdams to keep it from going into left field. And the runner's at third. 1 down, 14-0. Here's the pitch. They already beat him 22-2. They're used to this. Patty at the plate. And the pitch fools that time the catcher. Emmy Jackson, she does find it though. Patty Robles at 361 average this year. Fastball all the way to the backstop. Runner going nowhere down third. They know very well of this short distance between home plate and the backstop, and they're not going to take any chances, even if they are up by the count of 14-0. Rocks and fires away. 1 bounce, and it's going to be ball 4. Gene Borchardt will step into the batter's box right now with contenders at first and third. And just nearby, both these same schools are battling it out on the baseball diamond. Somewhere here at Owen Memorial Park. Swung on and missed 0-1. 2 down in the inning. Top of the third. 14-0 Faith Baptist. Here's the pitch, a curveball for a strike. Runner takes off, and the catcher, Emmy, decided not to throw down to second. Now they've got themselves runners at second and third. 2 away, however. Schellberg delivers, pitch high and outside. 1-1. What a beautiful facility, again, the Big 8 is here, to host the softball tournament. And that gets away. Runner comes down. And the runner, right then, challenging catcher Emmy Jackson, saying, come on, throw it. Go ahead. Jayla Siteadi. By the way, this is the home field for Desert Christian softball. But being embarrassed in this game so far, down 14-0. Pitch inside, tied 2-1. We're right up against the Antelope Valley Freeway here. This is hit inside out, a ground ball, foul ball. And here she comes. Curveball, and that's strike 3, and that's the end of the inning, mercifully. 2.5 gone. 14-0 Faith Baptist contenders, and we'll be right back on L28 Sports. So glad you're with us. Clara Meza will start things off right now for the Knights, and starting her own third inning of work, Haley Coronel, and the pitch taken high and outside. Meza, Emmy Jackson, and then Case. This is hit. down to the first baseman who will walk it to the bag for the out. So in complete command of this ball game is Haley Cornell for the contenders of Faith Baptist High School. And here comes Emmy Jackson. First time up there. And the pitch down low and outside, 1-0. Trying to come back, I said, from Nell Capitan, more like from a Mount Whitney, down 14-0, swung on and missed. This is the first time up for Emmy Jackson, whereas Faith Baptist has batted around a few times. Hit hard, one hopper off the leg of the first baseman, recovering Emily Black to flip to Robles for the second out. Hey, we're sharing scores of other games at intervals. This week, of course, Desert Christian taking on Faith Baptist in baseball. Somewhere here at the Sergeant Owen Memorial Park. 5-1 in the bottom of the first. Desert Christian has the advantage. Hitter at the plate, 0-1 count outside, and it is 1-1. Here it comes, number 2 at the plate, Lindsey Case, swung on and missed, 1-2. So the complete juxtaposition, Faith Baptist leading big in softball, but down the road in baseball, Desert Christian, the 5-1 lead in the bottom of the third. Swung on and missed, and that's that on that inning. It went so quickly, in a blink of an eye, striking out Lindsey Case. Heading ourselves now to the fourth inning, 14-0 Faith Baptist on L28. Welcome back, everyone. It's 15-0 Faith Baptist, and always it comes into play the possibility of, again, the mercy rule being afforded in this juncture of the ballgame. We're only in the fourth, and a big lead right now for the visitors from Canoga Park. We'll see how that all shakes out. $14-0, thank you. We're not operating with a scoreboard, so please forgive us if the panoply of runs, it's overwhelming at times. So we'll try to keep track for you the best we can. 14 it is. When you start talking about 14, 15, 16, it's almost irrelevant. The pain is there, no doubt, for Desert Christian. Here's a pitch, and it's outside, and the count is 1-1, or check that 2-0. It's Faith Baptist at the plate, adorned in that good-looking blue uniform with the red shoulder. Pitch inside, 2-1. Number 45 at the plate, in the person of Opal Thomas. And taking over again for Michaela Cooper at first base is Shellberg. And this is a little ground ball, goes through the legs of the first baseman, And picking it up, she seems to be everywhere. Lindsay Case able to step on first, backing up the first baseman admirably. Great job on the part of Lindsay. Lindsay's moving on from Desert Christian, no doubt. As here's Mackenzie Edwards at the plate. No, it's top of the order, Liliana Palacios. Lindsay is entertaining offers as that's a pitch inside and hits her. Inside part of the knee, maybe the thigh. Nevertheless, that's the first hit batsman in this ball game here in the top of the fourth. 14-0, Faith Baptist. Runner at first, and the hitter Haley Cornell. Oh, ball gets away, squirts away on the ball. Runner will end up at second base. So again, the second baseman for Desert Christian entertaining offers. And think of the great disparity here. From Pepperdine in Malibu to Laramie, Wyoming and the University of Wyoming Cowboys. I've had the pleasure of broadcasting in both places. It's night and day between Malibu and Laramie, believe me. Here's the pitch, and that's taken high. And she's making that decision where she's going to wind up. Good for her. And there's some real academic champions on this Desert Christian team. Rachel Edwards, the talented athletic director, told me that quote. This is hit on the ground, backhanded by Williams, and nowhere to go with it. She had to scamper over and try to catch up with the softball, and by the time she was done, runner ends up at third base, and you've got right now contenders at first and third. Palacios at first, and the pitch down low, and taking off, taking liberties of her own. Haley Cornell will end up at second base. No throw on the catcher, Emmy Jackson. That pitch is high, and out inside 2-0. So runners at second and third. Cornell at second, Palacios at third. Emily Black, the hitter, and the pitch to her down low. 14-0, Faith Baptist. Righty versus lefty matchup, that's advantage to the hitter, and she laces it down the left field line, foul ball. She handles the bat well, and because of the diminutive size, you're not looking for power here, but just laying some aluminum on the ball. And the great contact hitters in history just to get through the bat at the ball. Pete Rose, Rod Carew, and in many ways she shows that same type of batting stroke as it's going to end up being a ball outside in the dirt, ball 4. And Emily's got great speed on the base paths. She has walked 3 times in this game and reached base on an error. And here's Patty Robles. And here's the pitch to Patty into the dirt to the backstop, 1-0. Base was loaded, by the way. So with that walk, first base was open. It gets away for the catcher. She's so fortunate to have it carry him right back to her. 2-0. Patty Robles, a couple of hits in this ballgame, 2 for 2 and walked. She's been on all 3 times she's come to the plate. This is behind Patty, and it'll be a ball. Runners going nowhere. As we said, the acronym, FOC, full of contenders. Runners, again, filling the base paths right now. Shellberg's delivery, too high, ball 4. That forces in a run. Give the RBI to Patty. It's 15-0. Jayla Sitiadi, the hitter. And it looks like they're going to go to number 1. Mackenzie Edwards will bat. Head coach Dan Black conferring with the home plate umpire to making the appropriate changes. Last time we checked, in terms of baseball, if you're a Desert Christian fan, you have to be euphoric because it's a 5-1 lead. Last time we checked, bottom of the third for the Knights. Hey, Hannah Silva, the talented, of course, 19-year-old assistant coach of the softball Desert Christian Knights. Her brother is playing for the baseball right now. I believe his name is Andrew. And he's got to be right now euphoric himself. They leading the ball game against Faith Baptist. And the offering is taken inside right now on the part of Mackenzie Edwards, 1-0. 15-0, Faith Baptist. We're here in this, top of the fourth inning. That pitch misses, it's 2-0. Kaylin Shellberg in relief for Michaela Cooper. The curveball, it gets away. Runner comes to the plate and scores. Now it's made it to the 16 mark, 16-0. You notice there was no hand motion on the part of Mackenzie at the plate, letting the runner know they should come in and try to score. Usually they do that. Taken high that time. Counts at least 2-0 right now. Runners come to the plate, they don't really know where the softball is, and it doesn't hurt to have the batter at the plate assist them and tell them what to do. It didn't matter, she was hard charging, and that pitch taken high, ball 4, and Mackenzie Edwards draws the walk. Top of the 5th, pardon me. 16-0 Faith Baptist. Swung on and missed. Number 4 at the plate, Jayla Sitadi. We really haven't seen Jayla go after a tough fly ball in center field. But her head coach says she's very good at it. Swung on and missed 1-1. They say she has the gift of anticipation in center field. Cat-like quickness. That one's fumbled for a moment by Emmy Jackson. She gets a hold of it. And, of course, bases remain loaded right now for Faith Baptist. The 16-0 Bulge. Deals away, swung on and missed. Gets away from the catcher. Here's the throw down to first. And that will be recorded as a strikeout. Nice job that time for Emmy Jackson to know where the softball was. And again, that will record as a strikeout. Number 17 will head up there right now in the person of Patty Robles. We're in the top of the 5th, everybody. 16-0. Pitch down low in the dirt, 1-0. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Top of the 4th inning. I jumped ahead of the 5th. If you're a Desert Christian fan, you want this to get over as quickly as possible. So remains in this, the top of the 4th inning. Number 17 at the plate, waiting her turn. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases remain full. And 2 more over in the inning. Hit her with a pitch. She tried to get out of the way, but no, it ended up hitting the bottom of her heel. Scoring Faith Baptist, number 25, Emily Black. 17-0. And still a painful eventuality if you're a Desert Christian fan, down big in this ball game. And the hitter is Jean Borchard. Takes a pitch outside, 1-0. Jean Borchard, the starting third baseman for this Desert Christian team. Behind the 8 ball in a big way right now as the pitch taken down low, 2-0. Bases remain full. And of course, the Desert Christian fans here at home haven't had a lot to cheer on in this ball game, if you know what I mean. Taken high, gets away, but the runner going nowhere from third base. It doesn't make much sense to run yourself out of the inning when you know you're up by 17. I haven't recorded an outing in the inning. I look over to Annabelle and Tiff, and they say there's 2 down. Oh, they lose Gene Borchard to the walk, and another one forced in. And here comes Patty Robles to make it 18-0, if you can believe it. What a whitewashing. After a while, it just becomes so academic and so ridiculous to put everyone through it. Ergo, the mercy rule. Crying out for mercy from the big fella upstairs. That's a curveball for a strike. I can only name a handful, maybe 3 or 4 hitters that have received a first pitch strike from Desert Christian pitchers. This is right back to the pitcher. The throw to first, in and out of the glove. A runner will score on that error on the first baseman. The pain continues. 19-0. Bases remain full. We've got 2 away. And number 10 will step in there right now, the top of the order, in the person of Liliana Palacios. Walks in the first, walks in the second, that big triple in the third, and hit by the pitch in the fourth to start this inning out. Remember, they batted around, swung on and fouled away, 0-1. It all started when Liliana took the pitch on her heel. And here's the pitch. Runner, bird dogging down there at third base. Pitch inside, 1-0. Fouled back into the screen, and it's 1-1. Bases remain full. Fortunately, we don't have a scoreboard because that total would probably tilt the scoreboard like a pinball machine would be tilted. 18-0. Hit hard down the line, inside third, and down the line, extra base city. One comes in, a second one scores. It was a single, but it scored 2. Palacios keeps up the hit parade. They got to 20. 2 consecutive games, both in April, and both they were able to score 20 runs. Wow. Haley Colonel staked to that lead right now. She hits a slow roller down to the shortstop Williams, flips it over to third, and mercifully, again, the damage done in a big way as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 20-0, Faith Baptist on L28 Sports. Bottom of the fourth, everybody. Pardon me on that, again, crazy numerical situation we got here. And I made a second error as the pitch comes in to the Desert Christian hitter. It's 21-0, like you needed to hear it. You, a Lancaster fan, hit on the line, right to the second baseman, Black, flips to first for the out. That was really tagged that time, and really the first solid hit on the screws by a batter of Desert Christian, but she's out. And that was number 10, Kaylin McAdams, and we haven't been able to talk about her too much in this game, but she's hitting 500. That would be the good metaphor, hit on the screws. It was right at Emily Black, but Black, fearless out there, without trepidation, dropped it, picked it back up, and flipped to first for the out, one away. Second hitter up there, high pop-up back over to Black. The right fielder steps in there, and she drops the softball. Runner safe on first base. So ground out McAdams. That was Abby Williams. Error on the right fielder. Nadine Astoria checks in now with a pitch fouled away, 0-1. 21-0. Faith Baptist contenders facing off against the home squad, Knights of Desert Christian. Ronnie Wald, proud to bring it to you. Your game broadcaster, ably assisted by Tiffany Johnson. Stepping right there in the batter's box right now, Nadine. Grounded out in the second. Squibbed that time down the left field line, foul ball, and out of play. Not a misprint. 21-0 it is. L28 on the road. This is lifted a mile high, and reaching out, making the grab right there was the first baseman, Patty Robles, for the second out. Bottom of the fifth inning, runner at first, thanks to the error on the part of the right fielder. Grounding out was McAdams. The error allowed Abby Williams at first. Nadine Astoria just popped out, and Michaela Cooper, number 27 up there with two down and a runner at first base. Coronel winds and fires away, and it's fouled away. Runner takes off, and she then moves in to second base without a throw. They desperately would love to break the ice and put a run on the scoreboard. In the loss in early April, they lost 22-2. This is a hit high and hard to left field, and this one's gonna fall. Here comes the runner to the plate to score. A great victory that time. Just to get that RBI, Michaela Cooper with the double. First breakthrough, and it took him to do it right here in this, the bottom of the fourth inning. 21-1. And the hitter, number 15, Kaylin Shellberg. A lot of velocity on that pitch inside. He got away from the catcher, Edwards, and moving into third base that time was Michaela. Trying to get the big Mo on their side, but down by 20. Pitch taken low. And head coach Dan Black coming out there. Equipment issue right now concerning the catcher, Mackenzie Edwards. Don't know if there was a foul tip and hit her left foot and she's in pain, or right now dealing with an equipment issue on the left foot. They seem to be concerned to ask her direct questions, so she may be, again, dealing with a foul tip coming down hard there on her left foot. There's no telling. And we'd rather not surmise and say something that may not be true. But they're spending a lot of time not only, again, the pitcher, and she's laughing right now, so it may not be a big issue. She's okay. The high five between Cornell and catcher Edwards, and the umpire goes back to behind the plate. Kaylin Schellberg waiting right now. You've got Cooper at third, a run over, 21-1, Faith Baptist. This is a hard ground ball down the second baseman, the flip to first, and that will end the inning. Runner left at third, but they break through here in the fifth with a run. 21-1, Faith Baptist, and we'll be right back. Hey, just a reminder, make sure you join us for the annual California Poppy Festival next weekend, April 19th to 21st at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds. You don't want to miss this one. It'll be an exciting event, and we're so proud to be linked with it. Again, the Antelope Valley Poppy Festival next weekend at the fairgrounds. Emily Black will check in right now as we swing into the top of fifth inning. Welcome back, everyone. 21-1 right now, Faith Baptist leading this ball game here on the road at Desert Christian. Emily Black, and the pitch to her backs her off the plate. It's 2-0. Kaylin Schellberg in relief of Michaela Cooper. The victim of plenty of walks, plenty of wild pitches in this game have been the downfall for Desert Christian. Pitch taken high, 3-0. I think the best metaphor to describe the hitter at the plate, the pesky hitter at the plate, in the person of Emily Black, taken outside. Emily at 407. On a team with a cumulative 353 team average, and speaking of Faith Baptist, she just reaches out and pokes it into right field, base hit. Oh, she's going to take herself the opportunity to go into second, standing up with the double. So right there, she made it happen with her great baseball IQ, turned a single into a double. And as a result, the leadoff double for this young lady, Emily Black, here in the fifth inning. And here comes Patty Robles, and she's immediately out. But scampering herself into third base was Emily, who got one away. It's Mackenzie Edwards now stepping into the batter's box. And the curveball, actually, the better euphemism is a breaking ball on that one. And it was dipped over nicely for a strike 0-1. Comes right back, another one. That fell off the table. That was a baffler if there ever was one, and ahead in the count right now, 0-2. Deals 0-2, swung on and missed, strike three. So if they got pitching like that earlier, boy, they might be again in the midst of a ball game. Instead, they're down by 20. And head coach Dan Black needs to confer with the umpire because he's going to be making a change right now. Hey, just a reminder, make sure to subscribe to the City of Lancaster YouTube channel to receive weekly notifications on our game coverage. Share this link. What's your favorite player on the field? In this revolutionary year, we're on our month number 7. We covered football through basketball. Here we are with softball, baseball. The numbers through the roof. Thanks to the vision of our great city manager, Lancaster, Jason Caudle. And the pitch swung on and missed on the part of the Faith Baptist hitter at the plate. It's Eslava. E-S-L-A-V-A. Getting a chance. Oh, he hit her with a pitch. It doesn't feel good, so it's always a good idea to run down to first base for that 60 feet. It helps you to forget the pain again right there in the ankle. She's feeling it right now. She gets up there as a pinch hitter, and she'll go home with a strawberry tonight. And not from a nearby local vendor off of I Avenue, I can tell you that. Pitch down low inside, 1-0. Number 17 up there right now should be Patty Robles. That's down low in the dirt. Worm Raker that time. 2-0. Runners at first and third right now for the contenders looking for more. The mercy rule kicks in if it's a plurality of 8 runs and both teams have batted through 5 innings. Take it outside and high. Kudos go out to Michaela Cooper in that 4th inning, getting the run, breaking through, making it 21-1. What a great triple she had. This is a ground ball outside the lines, a foul ball. They'll come back, try it again. Hey, we just got word we're adding a game. Last week we were hailed out. I spent time in Texas last summer. That reminded me of Texas. Not baseball-size hail, but still hail nonetheless. Down low in the dirt, ball 4 to Robles, and right now you've got contenders on first and second. Well, in fact, the bases are full. Bases loaded right now, and here's the hitter, Gene Borchardt. Anyway, with the hail coming last week, and here's the offering taken high. I came out of the restaurant, and my front windshield was full of that icy stuff, frozen rain. Anyway, we lost a game last week. We had to cancel, but we've added a game next Wednesday, the 17th. Pitch over for a strike at the knees. We're going to be, I believe it's Antelope Valley taking on Courtsville. Am I correct? Yeah. At Antelope Valley. Next Wednesday on L28. Pitched inside, forces her off the plate. So Jean Borchardt herself trying to cash in some more. And this one outside with the pitch, and it squibs away and retrieved that time on the part of Emmy Jackson. Borchardt waiting, bases loaded, curveball, and ball 4. It's painful to look at the number of walks. The BB symbol is completely throughout my scorecard. 22-1. Another run scores. RBI Borchardt. Opal Thomas checks in right now. Down low in the dirt. Gets away. Emmy goes to retrieve it. And nobody is going anywhere. Bases remain full. And that's been, again, the conclusion, the eventuality of this entire ball game. It's just been full of contenders, the base paths. just reaches out and chili dips it down the first baseman. No one there to cover. It's an infield hit and another run over, 23-1. They've eclipsed the run total they had on April 2nd when they won 22-2. Now they've got 23-1. And Coach Bellows is calling her team in. Let's see if mercy rule will be instituted right now. Both teams are conferring with their respective coaches. And we'll see what they're going to do with it. 23-1. Enough already. Let's see as they head out to their respective positions. There's still a blip on the screen in ER. The patient hasn't flatlined. Not yet, because the pitcher out there right now, Haley Coronel, is ready to start a new inning. Dan Black being somewhat vociferous and very determined in speaking to the umpire down the first baseline. So that inning ended mercifully. We've run up to a 23-1 score. We're going to head right now into the bottom half of the fifth inning. And this is the inning that is the crucible right now. Because if they get through this inning, and both teams have batted appropriately enough through 5 innings, and there's an 8-run disparity, the mercy rule can be instituted mercifully. Desert Christian, undaunted, stepping in there right now. Number 11 will be batting Luna Godinez. And the pitch is a strike to Luna. Her name was appropriate enough on Monday when we had that solar eclipse. Luna, the moon, swung on and missed. It's 0-2. After Godinez, pitch taken outside, 1-2, will be Meza and Jackson Spot, the bottom third of the night lineup here in the fifth. 23-1, waved and a missed, strike 3. Godinez is gone. Here comes Meza's spot. And Claire is the first name, the starting right fielder. Pitch taken high, goes through the catcher's webbing, Edwards. It's 1-0. And comes right back, and that goes to the backstop, 2-0. I don't know if we'll get to our feature on Hannah Silva or not, but I wanted to say she was the former cheerleader that became a softball player for the Knights, and now she's one of the coaches at 19 years old as that's fouled away right side out of play. Her dad, Nick, coached the softball. And as we noted already, brother Andrew playing baseball. As far as the crow flies, here at Owen Memorial Park, fouled away late both times. Shows the great velocity still on the part of Haley Coronel. Haley's comments coming in and making the batter late at the plate, hitting it down the right field line. Pitch taken, and strike 3 called. That was not a heater, so as a result, Meza was confused at the plate and left with the bat on his shoulder. 2 away, here comes Emmy Jackson. Emmy swung on and missed 0-1. If anyone should get a badge of honor and award in this ball game, it's the intrepid one, the beleaguered one behind the plate catcher, Emmy Jackson, swung on and missed at the high hard one. Fifth inning, 23-1. Emmy, 2 strikes on her right now. We'll see if the mercy rule will be instituted. Here's the offering, down low. Hey, we need to talk about Abby Williams. We know it's important. Abby Williams plays volleyball, basketball, and softball for Desert Christian. And here it is, hit hard to the third baseman to throw to first in time for out number 3. And Abby Williams' father is the head football coach for Desert Christian. Well, that'll be it. Mercy rule has been right now instituted. This game is in the history books. They lost 22-2 April 2nd, and now it's not much better as a score here at home, 23-1. While we have this chance, before we send it over to Tiffany for our postgame show, we want to give kudos out to Brian Roseborough. Brian Roseborough is the principal of Desert Christian, and Brian is here in attendance, and he is retiring as the principal after 20-plus years on campus, 7 years as principal. We want to wish Brian Roseborough well in his retirement. Sorry, I don't have a hit total, but just looking at the number of walks, that made the difference for Faith Baptist in this ballgame to end up winning 23-1. We're going to take a little break right now. We see Tiffany is heading over to the dugout, but she doesn't have her microphone. I know she's going to have some interviews, hopefully with the coaches, Joy Villos and Hannah Silva. One walk after another. Even in that first inning, that yielded the 8 runs, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks and 2 hits. Too many walks even to keep track of, as Faith Baptist now improves to 7-3 overall, 3-1 in the Heritage, and Desert Christian falls to 3-11 and 1-4 in league play. In a ball game, let me check this out first before I send it over to Tiff. Started at 3:15, and now we're at 4:56. A ball game that went almost, let's see, 1 hour 30, add 10, 1 hour and 40 minutes, but painful every, not just minute and second, but every millisecond if you're a Desert Christian fan, losing ultimately 23-1. Right now, both coaches conferring with their teams, and we've got Tiffany headed out there down into left field because Joy Villos is conferring with her team. And a big wave to our buddy down there, Dan Black. Good win, Dan. Hope to see you down the highway. The game is available on YouTube. You can go back and relive the memories, but it'll be a bad memory if you're a Desert Christian fan. Ended up losing this ball game. The winner, Haley Colonel, getting her first decision of the year for Faith Baptist. She's now 1-0. She went all the way. Great pitching, only surrendering 1 run. It was Michaela Cooper and Kaylin Shellberg, and Michaela gets the loss for, again, Desert Christian. Hey, just a program note, don't forget, next Wednesday, we've just added a game. It's baseball. Antelope Valley taking on Quartz Hill next Wednesday, the 17th, on L28. Still the conference going on down the line. And when we break away, Tiffany Johnson is going to, again, put the kibosh and wrap up this show, but not before she gets an interview. It's never easy to stick your mic in the kisser of the losing coach and one losing by that account. But Joey Villos has been around. She's a young coach, but 15 years playing first for Highland High School. Then she went on to the College of the Canyons and for travel ball. She made some interesting quotes to us that she knows she has to be very patient with this team. 5 of the players on Desert Christian never played softball before this year. She always said her coaches at Highland and College of the Canyons were in her face. But she can't do that here. It motivated her in college softball and high school softball. But these players, before this year, I have to tell Annabelle this too, never even saw live pitching before this year and playing for the Knights. Hey, thank you, L28 crew. Annabelle expertly produced it. Great camera work. Angel to my right. Hi, Angel. Am I on? Oh, I need to share it with the camera. Angel's handling this camera, and we've got Joe and Ryan out there as well. Okay. Well, thanks for the camera time, Angel. Ronnie Wald here. Final score, 23-1, Faith Baptist over Desert Christian. Now we're going to send it over to Tiff. So glad you're with us, everybody. Take it away, Tiffany Johnson.
Practice yesterday, you were giving them live pitches. Where do you think the mistakes happened today?
The mistakes, I feel like we're still a learning team. We're still learning a lot. There's a lot of girls that have never played before, and it comes with the territory. I mean, she was throwing some pretty good pitches. She was throwing a lot of junk pitches, and my girls aren't used to it. So I was praying for a better outcome, but, you know, they still did good.
In the post-game huddle, you were saying to your team you have to trust your defense. So what tactic are you going to take in practice from this day forward to make sure they're trusting their defense?
I'm going to do a lot more defensive work. Offensive. And more team bonding. I feel like in the beginning we did a lot of team bonding, so that way I was able to learn my girls because it's my first time coaching here. But I think we need a lot more testing or trusting your partner, trusting your team, and that comes with team bonding.
Last question. You were giving kudos to Emmy Jackson. She's a first-time player for softball. She's usually a gymnast. So what props do you give to her, and how do you think she can influence the team to just keep pushing forward?
So with Emmy, she has such a high energy. She's so positive. She's always encouraging other girls. She is quick back there behind the plate. She's always hustling to get the ball. And some of the girls on the other teams are even scared of her because she gives them dirty looks. So I think she's doing an amazing job. Her hitting at first, she was not able to really she was striking a lot, but now she's getting in contact with the ball, which is awesome, and they're hard hits.
Well, Coach, good luck for the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in on L28 Sports. We are tuning out with you guys with Desert Christian coming short 23-1. See you next week. AV High School versus Courthill High baseball. Bye.